Thousands of drivers cross over every day.
This could get a bit serious.
The bridge is safe.
See what happens when we put the Seattle Magnolia Bridge to the test. As part of our investigation, we measured movement on the bridge and hired an expert who told us that bridge should be replaced.
And then KIRO 7's Graham Johnson asked the city of Seattle why that's not as simple as it sounds.
We knew the Magnolia Bridge was old, but we were surprised to find chunks of concrete that had fallen off of it.
The Magnolia Bridge is hardly state-of-the-art. Parts of it shake from passing traffic. We use seismograph apps on an iPad and an iPhone to see how vehicles move the needle. But to truly understand this bridge and its problems, you have to see it through expert eyes.
Basically, it still looks pretty vulnerable.
We drove the bridge with Stuart Gloyd,
All the way across.
a retired bridge engineer.
It's been through a lot, I can tell.
Gloyd designed around 100 bridges over his career and reviewed plans for many more as chief bridge engineer for the State Department of Transportation. He also served as an expert witness in lawsuits over the collapse of the I-35W bridge in Minnesota, where 13 people died. We hired Gloyd to look over the Magnolia Bridge.
Well, this bridge is older than I am, and so that makes it really old.
The Magnolia Bridge was built in 1929, one of many projects at the time in a growing city. The concrete truss design is unusual. There are only a few like it in the state.
I'd say this is one of the more interesting old bridges that I've seen.
It wasn't long into our visit that we found something startling. Chunks of concrete beneath the bridge.
I look at this and I'm thinking, oh boy.
Gloyd says it looks like these pieces fell from the edge of the bridge, not the most critical area.
Well, it can certainly lead to serious problems.
Chunks fall after moisture seeps into concrete and corrodes the steel reinforcement. The city usually inspects bridges every 2 years, but because of its problems, the Magnolia Bridge is often inspected twice a year. And every 4 hours, monitors on the bridge give city engineers data about the stress of critical spots.
As the temperature rises, you should have more of a strain.
Our visit with Stuart Gloyd revealed there's a lot to watch.
This could get a bit serious. You can see the spalling here, that's going to come off here.
We reviewed city inspection records which rate the Magnolia Bridge as structurally deficient. The city insists that does not mean the bridge is unsafe.
The bridge is safe. If the bridge wasn't safe, it would be closed.
The life of a bridge boils down to how well you take care of it and whether any bad things happen during its life.
2 really bad things have happened to this bridge. In 1997, a mudslide seriously damaged the support structure. Then in 2001, the Nisqually earthquake took out nearly half the horizontal braces. After all the retrofitting, the bridge is now a patchwork quilt of engineering designs.
Still here and still doing the job, but it's pretty fragile looking overall, and certainly would be nice to retire it.
After the earthquake, the city started talking about replacing the Magnolia Bridge. Engineers held public meetings and did about 30% of the design work. But with the replacement cost estimated at $300 million, there's no timeline because there's no money.
Here's the problem. When you put the Magnolia Bridge into the formula for getting federal money, it doesn't rank very high. Traffic counts are a big reason. The city estimates a little more than 16,000 cars a day use this bridge. Compare that to the Spokane Street Viaduct, which has 4 times the traffic. And although this is the main route into Magnolia, there are a couple other ways to reach this neighborhood.
City leaders tell us replacing the Magnolia Bridge remains high on their wish list. They say it will likely take funding cobbled together from many places to finally replace an 84-year-old bridge that's rumbling and crumbling.
Adding to the problem, Seattle now has a $1 billion maintenance backlog on bridges and other roadway structures. And because the Magnolia Bridge is so vulnerable to earthquakes, the city is now exploring putting gates on the bridge to stop traffic immediately after an earthquake. At KIROTV.com.